think
I think a points deduction has got to be considered. Because when you condemn United supporters for however means they did it, getting through the doors, getting through the gates, getting onto the pitch, running around, everybody was appalled and open mouthed looking at these pictures. As Graham Soon has said, if flare was thrown at the camera platform, if someone had copped for that, there was going to be a problem, big time problem. And you could see it. I mean, I saw some individual getting a hold of a tripod, not that this is the biggest crime that was ever committed, and chucking the tripod onto the...
What does a point sanction do to Manchester United at this time of the season? Given the fact they're going to finish in the top four,
Simon,
the season's done.
When you have a threat hanging over us from certain United groups, supporters groups, that unless the Glazers start listening up, and there's no indication that they will, further protests will be planned.
Okay.
So to stop what happened on Sunday happening again, surely measures have got to be put into place.
To some extent, you're right. But if a terrorist wants to get into your house, they'll get in your house, irrespective of what burglar system you put up, right? So if people are hell bent upon having violent interactions, they're going to do it every which way, right? So the bottom line is you're saying sanction Man United that will deter the protests. No, the protests will happen. It's about whether they're going to happen in a violent fashion or whether they're not, right? And whether the minority should affect the majority, and whether taking 3 points away from Man United is a sanction that those people that wanted to have violent interactions are going to view, or whether the Man United fans are going to police themselves and suggest to themselves that these guys that start causing mayhem are going to be policed by the Man United fans because their club are going to lose 3 points, or whether there is an overall perspective of saying, right, should Man United have done better? Should they have been able to stop this themselves? Is it a case of fool me once, shame on them, fool me twice, shame on you? If they do it again, that ultimately Man United become a sanction? Is it a case that there's a phenomenon going on in society where there's a lot of people's views on stuff and you have to consider the rounds of what's going on and factor it into the thinking? Or is it just a case of a sanction is a sanction is a sanction? And I'm not trying to sit on a fence. I'm just looking at it and going, what does it do? Does it stop the protests? No. Will it stop the violent individuals that wanted to do it?
Simon, you're not hearing me. We don't want the peaceful protests to be stopped. I'm not saying that, but we certainly do not want to see a repeat.
But you're assuming...
And the threat of a point...
There's an assumption.
The threat of a points deduction, Simon, might stop some of the ones who went on the pitch from going to the pitch again.
Please, Jim, you're reasoning with people that... Ultimately, you're reasoning with people that don't want to be reasoned with. Ultimately, if people were prepared to go and do what they did on the pitch, nothing wrong with those fans, except the ones that had fights with stewards and police outside the stadium. Nothing wrong with those fans being incredibly vociferous. The ones that went on a pitch, you're negotiating with a terrorist. Why would you want to reason with those people? They're not going to be interested.
So what are you offering me?
What I'm offering you is the fact that Manchester United themselves should have done better in the first instance, and I'm not sure what a sanction achieves. If we knew, and you knew, that those fans were likely to do this, and there's always going to be a proportion of idiots, you can't eliminate them from society.
So you're saying do nothing?
I'm saying that what does it achieve?
But you're saying it, but at the same time...
I'm asking you.
You're buying yourself time and you're saying do nothing.
No, I'm not buying myself time. I'm asking you what it achieves.
It would set a precedent.
But Jim, you're assuming, great, precedents are great, right? I understand that. But you're assuming that the next version of a protest will have to have a violent part of it. Why is that assumption there?
I'm not assuming it. Well, it could.
Well, you are. Because
it could.
No, hang on, Jim.
Why should we believe that it won't?
Hang on, Jim. If you're saying a point sanction will prevent a situation, then you're assuming that situation will manifest itself. We are happy to have these fans insofar as we're happy with any kind of protests and would rather not have a society that needs protests.
Peaceful.
Well, we'd rather have a society that doesn't need protests. But in the event that we do need a protest...
You're never going to have that.
Yeah, but in an ideal world,
protest
Jim,
is your right
in an ideal world where people...
Peaceful protest.
Ideal world where people want to live, where football fans can watch their owners spend hundreds of millions of pounds and other people can bankroll it. That sort of ideal world, right?
You're still offering me nothing.